Yeah, we have to probably do roll
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Did your street have a consumer building for sale?
There's two.
Are they really? They weren't that excited. I was, no.
But the one is.
Georgia?
We're ready? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the Albany Port District Commission Finance Committee. It's August 12th. Myself, Michael Cinquani, Commissioner Georgette Stephens, and Commissioner Dominic Tagalanto are all present. It's a quorum, so we can get rolling with the agenda. First up, we have the approval of the minutes from April 29th. Has everybody had a chance to review the Finance Committee meeting minutes from April 29th?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
The motion
Can we take
to,
a motion? I mean, I'm happy to motion.
motion second?
Well, am I allowed a motion?
Yeah.
I'm not a voting member technically.
I can make the motion.
All right, second.
Yeah, second.
We
All
gotta
in
get it
favor?
approved somehow.
Thank you.
Aye.
You can make the motion.
Yeah.
We're gonna pass those, and we'll move right into the second quarter financial review with our CFO, Christine Studo.
Okay. In your packet are both May and June reports, since we did not report previously on May. So I'll go quickly over the variances on the May from April to May. We had an increase in projected wharfage fees of $190,000 and an increase in stevedore fees of $100,000 and also an increase in security fees of $50,000. So we went up about $200,000 in our projection for revenue for the year end. Our expense projection remained consistent with an estimate of $259,000 under budget at the end of May. Our depreciation was consistent, as were the other income and expenses and our grant revenue. So at the end of May, we were expected to have a year-end change in net position of $23.9 million, and that was also consistent with April 4th projection. So moving into the quarterly report for June of 2026, our revenue projection decreased very slightly at $36,000. Small variances in each of the revenue categories. Our overall expenses again remain consistent with a $256,000 projected under budget for the end of the year. And also the projections for depreciation and other income and expense remain the same. The one change that we can see in our forecasts at the end of June is in our grant revenue. We reduced our projection by $360,000, and that's only a 1.5 change in what we had projected previously. So now the projection is at $25.2 million in grant revenue by the end of the year. So our change in net position at the end of June, we project to be at $23.5 million at the end of the year, and that compares to our previous month at $23.9 million. Does anybody have any questions or concerns on the income statement?
No.
It's a good thing, things are just
Yeah.
Yeah.
going
Good.
along.
Good.
Also in your packet is the statement of net position, which compares 6/30/2025 to 6/30/2026. Our cash is up $3 million. Our grants receivable is up $500,000. The lease receivable had a change of $2 million, and that's a year-end adjustment that we made with the auditors based on a new GASB in the last several years. So at the end of June 2026, our total net assets are at $138.9 million compared to $120.8 at the end of the same period last year. Moving to the liabilities. The biggest change there is our deferred revenue at higher wind, and we have moved all of that into income at the end of 2025. So that's the big change from 23.6 million at the end of 6/30/25 to 7.9 million currently. Our revenue and expenses significantly jumped from the last year to 16.6 million. And that's basically because of the grant revenue that we've received this year. So just to look at the current ratio, we've improved to 3.99 in 2026. We were at 1.42 in 2025. And our working capital is now at 31.6 million, and we were at 11.9 million in working capital at 6/30/2025. So our balance sheet remains strong, stronger than it was a year ago. Any questions on the statement of net position? The other report in your packet is the cash flow statement. And I don't really have any comments on that, just to the breakdown of how our money came in and was spent in the last year to date, 6/30/2026.
Thank you, Christine. Is there any questions? Yeah. Thank you very much. I don't think we have to enter into an executive session for this committee. With the next meeting being September 23rd, 2026, I'll take a motion to adjourn the finance committee.
So moved.
Second? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So at this time, I will officially open our August Albany Port District Commission meeting. And we'll go around the room identifying who's here. My name is Georgette Steffens. I'm the chair of the board.
Michael Sinquani, Commissioner.
Commissioner.
Rich?
Richard Hendrick, CEO.
Christine Studo, CFO.
Megan Daly, Chief Commerce Officer.
Angela, Administrative Assistant.
Cheryl Stock, Director of Security.
Matthew Sullivan, Operations Manager for Logistech.
Robbie Yegan, Senior Construction Project Manager.
Penny McCall, Director of External Affairs.
So everyone received a copy of the July 22nd minutes. Does anyone have any questions or edits? Okay, seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, right before this meeting, we had our finance committee meeting where our CFO reviewed our financials, showing a strong balance. Things are moving in a positive direction, both in expenses and revenue. But Christine, if there's anything you wanted to add?
No, we looked at both May and June income and expense report, along with the quarterly statement of position and cash flow. As Georgette said, we have a strong balance sheet. Our current ratio is at 3.9 at the end of June. And we also reviewed the statement of cash flows.
Thank you, Christine. Any questions for Christine? Rich, I'll turn it over to you for your update.
Thank you. We submitted our port security grant application to the Coast Guard. It was reviewed on August 3rd and 4th. We're waiting for follow-up information on that, but just in the whole process now is all that is reviewed and sent on to FEMA. And basically the last week since our last meeting is basically just been all the staff working on business development meetings just about every day of the week. So I haven't had a chance to do much outreach as far as a lot of the other things we do. And you'll hear a lot about all the business development meetings that we can have and meetings.
Any questions for Rich?
No.
Penny? Sinkwani, I'll turn it over to you for your external affairs update.
You have the July report in your packets. As Rich was saying, it sort of feels like it's been a bit of a whirlwind, and July was primarily all about Navy and SUNY Maritime Empire State visit. And that sort of crossed all of our outreach and media channels, from traditional media to social media, community relations. It was definitely a heady time to be here. Heady time. And sort of again, with a little bit of hindsight, it's a good opportunity to sort of see what could have been done differently or what there could have been more of. And so while I'm thrilled about all of our numbers and our viewership, it is sort of one of those considerations of how to allot resources or how to plan a little bit more for when these sort of big events come up. And this definitely was sort of the biggest across media for at least my tenure. And so on the second page of the report, you see the spike of viewership up on the website. And I was sort of like, what is this flat line? And what's wrong? How am I reading these statistics wrong? It's just that the media the attention was so overwhelmingly high compared to our normal traffic. So it's nice that bar has been raised, but wow, has that bar been raised. So across social media, again, most of our numbers are up, and interesting to sort of see the difference. You know, Cheryl and I have talked in the past about the difference between who our Facebook audience is versus who our Instagram audience is, and our LinkedIn audience. But they're all growing. And our top post for Facebook was more than 18,000 impressions. And so for us, that's amazing. And again, the nice thing is the top post from LinkedIn was the announcement of the change in command with Captain Doreen McCarthy taking over Sector New York for the Coast Guard. And again, trying to quantify or trying to put sort of what are the results we're hoping for is that it was nice that she popped in there and said that she was looking forward to coming back to visit it. So it's nice to be able to keep those contacts. As a tease for the month of August, we're focusing on last year, the staff, it was great that the staff submitted photos for World Photography Day, which happens to be August 19th. And so again, we're in the middle of showcasing 50 images across all of our social media channels, that staff submitted. And one of the things I think that I keep hearing is, wow, that's a beautiful photo. How did that happen at the fort? And so I think that's nice to sort of surprise people. So in addition to that, we also have a big safety day tomorrow, and working with PERMA and John Cosa and his team to sort of help get the word out about that, and looking at planning for 27.
Thank you. Any questions for Colin?
Are these the number of new followers?
No, that's the
Total,
Yeah.
okay. So good.
I can, yeah. It is one of those, it's sort of in the tracking of analytics, as you know, sort of to see, you can do a month, you can do a
Right.
time frame, you can do your total. And now that we actually have the record of it, it's gonna be good to be able to compare
Yeah, for
year
sure.
over year, so.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to also compare ourselves to other similar sized ports,
Yes,
right? Like,
yes,
I mean, your LinkedIn followers looks pretty high. Right, so seeing sort of what they're doing, and if they're seeing any of the same trends, right?
Right.
What is hitting, what isn't hitting.
right, I agree, and that I think would be interesting to
Yeah.
sort of be able to chart it and sort
Yeah,
of see.
right, to think about like, within the same industry, right?
Right,
Is this average, is this above average, a little below average? I imagine social media for ports is a challenge,
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
so it'd be interesting to be able to compare that.
But the nice thing is, because we have the resources of like the American Association of Port Authorities and the Public Relations Committee, it is easier to identify who those comps are where they're seeing sort of activity, and also what people, best practices, what people have tried, and, and I think that's one of those great
Yeah.
sort of wealth of information that we can capture.
Adding on to that, if you don't mind, in terms of engagement and compared to other ports, the Port of Albany did submit to American Association of Port Authorities for their Lighthouse Awards, where you can put projects in under different categories, and the port put in two related to a couple of different categories, but focused on engagement. Work that the port's done related to a film that was shown at the Maritime Summit, and then also related to partnerships and sponsorships with the Navigating the Seas game. We have been given notice that both of those are finalists in that across 4 categories. So I don't wanna, on the one hand, I don't wanna jinx us in terms of the ultimate, but I think in terms of your point, how it stacks up against other ports to be, a finalist is noteworthy on that.
For sure.
We'll be looking forward to reporting back,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Or be celebrating the finalists.
Okay, ships, barges, and tonnage report, Matt, anything?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. July was a modest month for us. We had a scrap ship and a small project ship for GE and a pulp ship. The terminal was a little bit slower. It's normal for July. The wood pulp industry kind of takes July to do maintenance and stuff, so they don't use as much. So the truck should be ramping up probably mid-August again. But we have another pulp ship coming in at the end of the month, or actually not end, sorry, the end of this week. So we'll have a lot of pulp on hand, so they need to start moving that out. For August, as you can see out there, we just unloaded 15 Hersig modules going to a big project in Homer City, Pennsylvania. That was the first of 4 shipments coming through here, so we have more in October, November, and December. We'll see basically the same thing again. So that's good. And the wheat ships are looking like 3 wheat ships between September and December. So we should be rolling through the fall very nicely.
Any questions?
What was the Homer City project, the gas one?
Yeah, it's a big gas power plant being
Yeah.
built there.
On the coal side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
If I could tack on to Matt's and tell me if you want to add anything to this. As we've talked about in past board meetings, Logistic is being brought out by Unstructured. The port team did have a meeting with the Unstructured team. I think there's a group of 6 to 8 individuals, including leadership from a couple of different areas in North America, Northeast, frankly, their safety lead, and a couple others. We thought it to be a very positive meeting and conversation. We expect that action will be complete tomorrow, unless there's any other difference or change.
No, it looks like it'll be tomorrow, if at the latest Friday, when the actual signing and closing everything is done. But we don't expect anything locally to change, or really anything to change until, next year, once they actually start managing Logistic. So it'll be a slow transition.
Yeah. We appreciated the engagement between us and the promise of regular engagement ahead that was offered.
That's great, it's good to hear.
On mine is next. I'd actually defer, if you have any brief update, and then I would ask the board members if we could go into executive session related to items related to proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property.
Thanks, Megan. Thank you, Commissioners. The substation progress is moving along. DLC and their sub have poured foundations for the substation equipment, and in the next month or two, we'll be ready to move equipment from here in the terminal down to Beacon Island and start placing some of those pieces we've been holding for a bit now. So happy to see that moving forward. We'll also be getting conduit and all the site work components laid out for the substation. The other contract for wastewater treatment plant is also moving very well with Jersen. The sanitary line is almost entirely complete. The outfall is completed and they're in progress on the last manhole for that and getting ready to pour the foundation for the package treatment plant unit. The fire pump house also moving. They have dewatering set up and getting ready for the excavation for the well and for the horizontal line out towards the river. That's moving smoothly, waiting for them, I think, to go through the wastewater treatment plant first. We just went through a bid, which we'll review today, for the wharf test program, and I think we'll go through that in the resolutions. Other than that, it's
Any questions for Dottie?
If it's possible to do the executive session at this point, that would be helpful to the next.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll do public comment.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry, I jumped in after that on the agenda. I was trying to miss the Finance Committee and I gauged it a little too long. Sorry about that. I was just at the North American Maritime Industry Association annual conference in Philadelphia last week, which was really awesome. And we heard updates from seafarers at risk around the world, including the situation in the Strait of Hormuz. So one thing I want to note is that the General Secretary of the International Christian Maritime Association is also the Executive Director of the North American Maritime Ministry Association. We have an MOU to share him. And he sends out a weekly update. I've been sending them to Cheryl, Jimmy, Penny, and Rich. And if anyone else would like to receive those, I'm happy to give you that information. He's shifted it to MailChimp, so you can sign up to get it yourself instead of me forwarding it all the time. Every Wednesday, he sends updates, news articles highlighting what the situation of seafarers in the Strait of Hormuz and in conflict zones around the world, including situation for seafarers in regions that are affected by piracy, as well as the Russian-Ukraine conflict as well. One other thing, just an update on the Strait of Hormuz, because we hear a lot about seafarers trapped because ships aren't moving. The good news is that crew changes are happening. And so the thousands of seafarers that are still on board ships in the Strait are not the same as the ones that were there when the conflict started. They have been facilitating crew changes, which is a good thing, and they also have been facilitating reprovisioning, so we're not at risk of starving on the ships that are trapped. Ships moving through the Strait is still a problem, both for seafarers and for global economic considerations. A lot of companies are doing really shady things to try to give huge financial incentives to do really dangerous things to try to run the Strait, like trying to navigate the Strait with no lights on in the middle of the night, which is really dangerous for lots of reasons. So that is an overall concern, just both for the safety of the crews and for our global economic considerations. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to at least send you this week's update and then how to subscribe if you want to keep getting Jason's weekly updates on those. And then also highlighting coming up, I've just got 2 flyers with me, but coming up in a couple weeks on Sunday, we have our annual Ice Cream Sunday open house at the port and we're looking forward to that. That's kind of my second favorite event we do. My favorite's Beer and Carols in December. But so my second favorite event we do is Ice Cream Sundays here at the port. And also want to thank the port for having us involved in so much that we've been involved with, especially with the naval visit this summer. That was really great. And if you have any questions for me on anything going on with the ports.
No, thank you.
Thank you guys for all your support, and I have to take off because there's the crew at Coyman's is blowing up my phone wanting to go to the mall before the captain says they have to be back. And the captain is telling them they have to be back earlier than when they called me the first time, so I've got to take off, so.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
for everything you do.
Have a good day, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Kate.
I will. And Kate started a second, probably a third job at this point, as a part-time chaplain at the Capital District Psych Center, and she's usually there on Wednesdays, so she won't be able to come to these as often. And so you'll probably see me more than her, as long as when these are on Wednesdays. So, all right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other business before we enter into executive session?
No.
So we are going to enter executive session to discuss the proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property. I'll take a motion to enter
Thank you, Matt.
executive
Thanks,
session.
Matt.
Make a motion.
Thanks, Matt.
All in favor?
Aye.
feel free to talk about the first one.
Yeah.
More, if you need to, if you want to have it on the record. Just want to talk about the rest.
Okay, so, no action was taken during executive session. We do have a few resolutions to go through. We have resolution 19-2026, which, authorizes the CEO to execute the necessary documents to award the contract for performance of the work testing program to Harrison Borough's bridge constructors. Yeah, sorry, I'm reading that totally wrong. And I'll botch the price too. $2,302,302.30. Yeah, very exact. But this is funded through the Fast New York grant that we had previously received. We did go out to bid. 4 responses were received, and Harrison Boroughs, which we've had do work here at the port before very successfully, was selected. So I'll take a motion to approve resolution. Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we have resolution 20-2026 that authorizes the CEO to execute any documents necessary to effect the assignment and transfer of the lease held by East Shore Port Ventures LLC to the Albany Port District Commission. I'll take a motion to approve. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have resolution 21-2026, where the Albany Port District Commission concludes that its disposition of the parcel to RWE Solar Development LLC is in the best interests of the Albany Port District Commission and authorizes the CEO to execute any necessary documents, including the filing of a statutory 90-day statement to effect the disposition of the parcel for the terms described above at a lease rate of not less than the value of the parcel. Take a motion to approve. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, and the last one we have is resolution 22-2026. That authorizes the CEO, with the assistance of Albany Port District staff and general counsel and special counsel to negotiate the final form and substance of the operating agreement and execute any necessary documents. Take a motion to approve. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Am I missing one? Did I not do it?
That's just a voice vote. Go back to your phone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For 700, so the authorizing MOU for 700.
Sorry, yeah, so I'm calling for a motion to approve the terms and conditions of the MOU from resolution 2026-2 that we had previously done and authorize the CEO to execute and deliver MOU 2026-2 with the assistance and review of Albany Port District Commission staff and general counsel.
Thank you.
Take a motion to approve.
Yeah, move that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any additional business?
Don't believe so.
Okay, our next meeting is September 23rd at noon. We will start with a finance committee meeting and then move into the board meeting immediately following. If there's no further business, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor?
Aye.